Yeah. You move. Come here. Come here. Go. So right now I'm sitting with Ashley. He runs. Ashley, more than I know it, you tell about yourself. What do you do, Ashley?
Well, I run an organization called Green Route. We are based here in Meghalaya, but we promote motorcycle tours mainly and rural tourism in the Northeast. We promote the cultures, the traditions, and the ways of life of the tribes here in the Northeast.
Yeah. Because Ash, to most people, the entire Northeast is Guwahati, Shillong, Cherrapunji, and then back.
Yeah.
So, can you give us a picture of how vast Northeast is, if not just only Meghalaya?
Yep. Well, like you said, for example, I was telling some travelers the other day that Meghalaya for just 5 days or even 4 days is too less. It's a huge state, and it's the same like with the other states in the Northeast, like Nagaland, Arunachal. You need at least 6 to 7 days. Get into the villages, soak in the tribes,
Exactly.
the lifestyles. Then you get to see amazing landscapes. Because getting from one destination to the other also takes time. Because everything is usually by road.
By
Here in the
road,
Northeast.
yes.
Of course, we have air connectivity, but only at certain points or
Points,
destinations.
Yeah. So, because, I always felt that, even when I'm on a 15-20 day trip, only to Meghalaya, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Because people generally have no idea about the river systems here, how vast they are, and they don't even know Kashi Hills completely.
Yeah.
And we have the Garo and the East Garo, and then the Jaintia
Yeah.
and all that. So tell us something about the Heritage Nook Homestay.
Having been traveling for so long, and we enjoy meeting people. So 2 years ago, we just decided to let's start our own homestay as well, and also sort of a retirement plan maybe later.
So you mean to tell that you have a retirement plan? I don't think
maybe,
so.
just maybe. Let's see. So it's so we have a very simple, basic homestay, and we try and encourage people to stay in homestays because that's where you get to meet the local people. You get to know more about the traditions, the culture, the kind of food that we eat. So our homestay is something like that, and we encourage people to come have meals with us at home. So there's a different flavor to life.
Yeah,
and
the
traveling.
reason I asked about this in specific is Ash because people, to be brutally honest, people want to stay in homestays and they're like they want to be with nature, but the problem is some of the mainstream people, when they come, they don't get the idea of a homestay because as after Airbnb and everything, there is a huge demand for homestay.
Yeah.
And we both know we have resorts posing as homestays. And the whole concept of a homestay is like we don't it's a home where you go in as a guest, where there are not more than like 3 maybe 4 rooms.
Correct.
At the max. You stay with the family, you have meals with the family.
Correct,
It's not like you demand, I want this like a hotel, right? Whatever the family cooks is shared with you. Whatever space the family has shares with you. So that's the whole idea of a homestay. But most of us in cities, we are not used to the actual idea of homestay, and we think it's a cost effective replacement of a hotel or a resort or something. So because to tell the least, the non-veg with beetroot that we had like 3 days back, I wouldn't have imagined someone would cook non-veg with beetroot.
That's something that I learned in Arunachal when I was traveling in the Santi Valley, and so that's
What is the dish called, Ash?
I don't remember the name, but I remember cooking the recipe with the family in the homestay
In the
there. So that's what I do. Like I travel on motorcycle trips, and we usually try and encourage homestays. So we also we learn recipes with the families, not just in Meghalaya but other states as well, and we bring that back into our state. So then there's a lot of learning.
Exactly. So that's what. See, the whole idea of this is to, let people know, because I always believe that, when you are in Meghalaya, you have to be a Meghalayan.
Yeah.
Right? When you go to Arunachal, you have to be be a local.
Yeah.
And with the sort of commercial establishments coming on, because even yesterday we were talking about how Molingyong has
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
And can you tell something about it?
Yeah, like most places, like even if you go to Sora, like what it was, that is one of the dangers of commercial and mass tourism, because when you don't control it from the beginning, and money plays a major factor, and it's not the community's fault, but the awareness should be there, should have been there from the beginning, where your beautiful bamboo houses, your traditional structures are not disappearing and being replaced with concrete structures, because then the whole beauty of a village stay is gone,
Yeah.
because then you're losing out, slowly the tradition is dying within the community.
Exactly. Like yesterday, me and Ash were talking about what happened to Molinyon. See, Molinyon is pretty much that one place that put Meghalaya on the tourist map. Once it got the cleanest village in the world award, and people wanted to come to Molinyon. But unfortunately, that's not the case any longer. See, that's what we were talking yesterday. See, for example, you have a small hamlet and you have like 4 or 5 homestays, and people come in and demand for a TV in one of the homestays, and 4 of them don't budge, but one person budges and he has a TV. And then what happens is, year on year there are more people coming into that particular homestay, and the other 4 are forced to change to get TVs and other amenities. Of course, see, you pretty much have the cleanest bathrooms and the cleanest rooms in all homestays. That is pretty much a given, until and unless you go really remote to some hamlets where you don't have road connectivity or electricity. But then we often want to feel at home, but then we should not forget that it is a home away from our home and not the home that we are used to it, right? Yeah. So thank you so much, Ash, because
Thanks.
I wanted it from your perspective, because you've been here and you've been traveling for like what, 14 years, if I'm not
14
wrong.
14
14 years, and you've been in touch with all the tribals, and you're connecting them. And see, what Ash basically does is, he goes to the villages, speaks with them. He also works with the UN, and he's into projects like tree planting and everything. So what he does is, he goes to the tribals, and he guides them, and he teaches them to establish a proper homestay, to set up bathrooms and what people would expect. Nothing too fancy, but then at least something that
Yeah, this is
people,
the basic cleanliness
and that is pretty much
neatness.
what most of us need in any homestay. So, and if you are in Shillong now, I'll give the numbers. You can contact directly Ash or me. Come to Heritage Nook Homestay and then have a word with Ash, and you will know what Meghalaya is. Thank you so much, Ash.